And we welcome you in courtside here in San Bernardino, California, the Pierce Sports Center, as we bring you the second of two semifinals in the National Volleyball Association 2022 Championship. Today, it's a battle of divisional foes with a ticket to the championship on the line as the unbeaten 11-0 New Jersey Freedom take on the defending champion OC Stunners, coming in at 8-3 on the year. The winner of this one tomorrow at 2 Pacific. Well, they have a date with the Las Vegas Ramblers, 10-1 in the year. Well, they looked very impressive earlier today as they also advanced to the finals with a win over a previously one-loss Texas Tyrant squad. He's Nick England, Amira Thor, Noah Chess is along as the third member of our crew. And, well, Matt Prosser is the fourth member of our crew, but he is coaching the OC Stunners today. We have a lot to talk about with this one. New Jersey is unbeaten at 11-0. They had to hang on for dear life yesterday as Coach Carlo Edra and the Dallas and the New Jersey Freedom were able to overcome the Dallas Tornadoes.
Yep.
And here to talk about, well, what to expect today from New Jersey is head coach Carlo Edra. He stands by on the sideline with Noah Chast.
Thank you, Ira, and Coach Carlo Edra. Coach, I mean, what a scare yesterday for your team. Your unbeaten team, almost all your playoff hopes diminished just like that. What was your message after that win?
I think we just needed to settle down a little bit. We came in here always saying that, 10-0 really doesn't matter, but yesterday was kind of proof that it did. We've been bouncing the first round every season so far, and I think that was in our heads yesterday. Combine that with the Tornadoes, they really kind of took it to us. So today's message is just do what's been working for us, stay calm, and stay together.
This is a team that you've had their number so far. You've beaten them twice this year, but it's very, very hard in pro sports to beat a team 3 times. What's the mentality going into your third matchup with the Stunners?
I think it's, you literally, as soon as you started asking that question, I was going to say it's really hard to beat a good team 3 times. And that's as true as it gets right there. This is a good group of guys, and I think, it's one of those games where a couple points here and there, whoever wins the big points and the big moments are going to take this one.
Was there anything you saw, I'm assuming you watched the film, from the Stunners match yesterday that you kind of took note of for this match?
I think it's easy to say, the Stunners are bringing in a new setter, and he may need to gel with the guys, but also on our end, it's like there's really no film of the guy. So it's like, how can we study what he does? Like, he could have played a certain way yesterday, and that's not really how he plays. So, I think it's just going to be a toss-up on how everything goes today.
What's the one key for a Freedom win today on your end?
It is, our 2 teams were both big serving teams. It's whoever passes better. Serve and pass, it's what I said the last time, and it's going to be the case today. We played them 3 times, and it's always the serve and pass game with us, too.
Volleyball is a simple game, just a game of serve and pass. Coach Carlo Edra, send it back to you.
Thanks, Noah, and head coach Carlo Edra with some insight. And Nick, he brings up an interesting point about yesterday, about the fact that they did survive. Both these teams, however, were in a similar boat as the OC Stunners needed 5 and a comeback at that to get by the valiant Utah Stingers. What did we learn about both teams yesterday getting challenged?
Well, I think that the Stunners showed exactly what makes them who they are. Last year, it was kind of the same story where it's not that they're limping into the playoffs by any means, just that they're kind of arriving in full form at the end of the season, so their record doesn't really reflect how good they are. And so in clutch moments, they have clutch players, and I think that's something that's really hard to see during the regular season because they treat it like it's the regular season. They're not worried about it as long as they get there because they understand you're going to have to win 3 matches this weekend, and that's it. However, when we look on the side of Freedom, it was a little bit of proof gods can bleed. They might have been 10-0, but they needed that wake-up call, I think, and maybe it proved a little bit internally that they have the grit, they can take those punches and find a way to problem solve through it. So hopefully that kind of helps them here today because they're going to need that grit in this match for sure.
And you mentioned the word grit. It's something that New Jersey lives, not just as a team, but the state as well. So that grit certainly showed yesterday. They were fortunate that Felix Chapman didn't get hot until the fourth set.
Yeah.
Chapman finished with 25 kills, 14 of those came in the fourth and fifth set. It'll be interesting today if they have the same success keeping Corey Chavers with 26 kills. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Keeping him off balance, because if not, it could be a very difficult day for New Jersey. Well, we heard from Carlo Edger, the head coach for New Jersey. Our next guest we know very well. That is Matt Prosser, the head coach for the OC Stunners and a member of our crew, and he stands by with Noah Chast to talk about today's semifinal.
Thanks, Ira. Coach and broadcaster Matt Prosser telling Ira to hurry up and get over to me. I want to talk about my team. And your team winning a very close, very dicey 5-set match yesterday. I mean, on the backs of Corey Chavers. What has been the energy with your team since that win?
Well, I think everybody was happy to steal that one, right? Had a couple of guys maybe not play as well as they were expecting to play. Fortunately for us, we had Corey Chavers just really play on another level there in set number 5 from the inline and the back row offensively. Credit to the Stingers. They played a great match yesterday as well. We're excited to be in this situation, a chance to earn a ticket to the finals tomorrow and a chance to repeat as champions. But we got to take care of the Freedom right now, and obviously they've never lost this season, so we're going to have our hands full. It should be a pretty good match.
And they've taken both matches that you've had against them from you. What did you take, or what are you taking from those losses to turn into a win today?
Well, I mean, they do a lot of things good. They've been playing with one another for a long time, so they're very experienced. They're well coached. For us, we've got to play a pretty perfect match to beat them. I think we have some very explosive players on our side that can do a lot of really good things. And if we can put all the pieces together at the right time, this could go our way, but it's going to be a battle for sure.
As the defending champions, how badly does this team want to get back to the finals?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's something that we've been working towards all season long. I mean, you don't play in the NBA without the goal of winning the championship, and knowing that, we hung the banner up last year, everyone's kind of coming after us this year, and so we've done a pretty good job to kind of combat it, but this is where the rubber meets the road. It's like put up or shut up kind of thing, and now's the chance. We've got to be able to, get the work done and move on and survive.
Thank you so much, Coach. Send it back to you.
Thanks, Noah. Now we take a look at a couple of the matchups here before we go through the full lineups. One that certainly is intriguing is at center, because both teams are without their starting setters.
Yep.
Matt Elias couldn't be with us this weekend. He is closing on his home. The timing, unfortunately, just didn't work out well. For the OC Stunners, Randy Ramirez has been in that hole all year, done a great job, probably an underrated job, quite frankly, of running that Stunner offense. Today, the teams are going to call upon the next man up, Ryan Kenny, who did a pretty good job yesterday running the Freedom Show, and Ignacio Roberts, a.k.a. Nacho for OC. Where do you see that matchup of the setters benefiting one team versus the other?
That's a great question. I think what it comes down to here is that Ignacio or Nacho has been training with Stunners for, maybe that the fans haven't seen it on the court, but he's been with the team for the last 2 events, so he's been with them for the last month and a half. So it's not really like a new thing for them, but Ryan Kenny is not new for Freedom either, so these guys are very veterans with the squad in a sense, or, Nacho's at least not brand new. But I'm looking at individual connections, and yesterday Ryan Kenny might have missed some of those locations for some of his middles. I think his set selection was very good. I like the way that he ran his offense. Nacho was running some of the best back row attacks being established well. He was connecting well with the middles, but maybe underutilizing them. So it's kind of like I saw better execution in terms of setting form from the Stunners, but I didn't like the selection at all times as much. But on the side of Freedom, maybe the alternate. But that's all one man's opinion, but I'm excited to see how these guys run their offenses here today.
We care about England Insights. They are the ones that make us learn about this game. And certainly one matchup we want to highlight as well. Matt Seifert did not get to start yesterday for New Jersey. He came on late when they got in trouble. They knew they had him if necessary. They were trying to save him for this semifinal, but they almost put the cart before the horse there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nick West, I think you could make a strong argument, has been the best middle in the NBA all year. Your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, I agree with your assessment. I mean, I am someone that tends to avoid the best kind of statements, but I think Nick West is the best. I think that he's got such a complete game. Blocking, attacking, serving, back row, he plays great defense. Yesterday, he bailed Stunners out by playing opposite. that guy can do it all. And so what I look at is going pin to pin laterally. How does he get out to his blockers on the sidelines? He does it some of the best in the league. I look at Matt Seifert. I don't see that same mobility that's quite as well established. So offensively, they might kind of be a bit of a wash, but middle blocker is the name of the position for a reason, and Nick West is the best in the business.
And also the number 2 server in the NVA. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. I'll give you New Jersey's squad, and then Nick will give you the OC Stunners. For New Jersey, Ryan Kenny, as we talked about, wears number 1. He'll be running the offense. Behind him will be the libero Ryan Alou. Didn't play yesterday. That was birthday boy John Cunningham who got the nod. He's the libero wearing number 5. Tim Ferritter is the outside hitter for New Jersey. He wears number 7. Daniel Venegas got the start yesterday in place of Ian Cap. He wears number 11. Joe Norman had 22 kills yesterday. He wears number 16. And the aforementioned middles, Matt Seifert, middle 1. And Seifert will be joined by Tom Burrell, one of the most efficient hitters in the NVA.
Yeah. On the side of the OC Stunners, we're going to see Nacho Roberts taking the helm, number 11. On the outside, Matt Hilling and Corey Chavers. In the middle, we're going to see Shane Beamer and Nick West. Dylan Shigikawa wearing the white off-colored libero jersey. And on the right side, a big one to watch here. His performance here could be one of the most match-determining, as Jair Santiago struggled heavily yesterday, getting his feet underneath of him and finding the court with his swing. So Norman Santiago, the 2 big right-side trees for these squads. I want to see how they can handle each other.
We will take a break and come back to the start of this one, the second of 2 semifinals between New Jersey Freedom and the OC Stunners. Back here at the Pure Sports Center, ready for game action. The winner of this takes on the Las Vegas Ramblers tomorrow for the 2022 NVA Championship. We'll either have a rematch of the Stunners and the Ramblers, or we'll have a first-time finals in New Jersey. And Tim Ferritter certainly would like to make an appearance. The former New Paltz and Stevens Tech great smashes home the kill.
You talk about chemistry. Found out this morning, Ryan Kenny has played with Ferritter about 4 times ever, just based on their living location and training schedules. Not a lot of natural chemistry there, but they're going to make it work.
Well, Ferritter starting off with a fury back-to-back blast for New Jersey.
It doesn't look like there's any struggle establishing a connection so far.
Well, Ferritter has had an exceptional year. The other outside for New Jersey was Ian Cap, who was an all-star. Both players, quite frankly, were all-stars this year. And just dug off the net. Alou does a great job. Covered by Kenny. Ferritter swinging away too long. He was clearly going for the high hands of West there and Hilling. And
yeah, I think he missed that one a little bit. I think it caught him just kind of on the upper part of his fingers, looking for that kind of controlled high hand, maybe a reset. Sent it sailing out the back instead.
Here is the dangerous Matt Hilling, however, he leaves it short. And Ferritter will serve. That's also into the net. here is Nick West. We know what he's capable of doing. A middle hitter who plays like a pin. And that is a double on New Jersey. And the side out goes to OC Nick West, who has trimmed down the hairdo. Got a new look for this championship. 3-3. Fair, that's going to be over on one, and Shane Beamer destroys it.
Beamer blasts the ball there. My gosh.
Well, that is why the ball control is going to be crucial. It's also where not having Cap also hurts. Cap's so involved in that passing game. Very established grass player that he is. Lou lays out for that one. Venegas there for it. And Norman dumps over. Look at the defense from Nick West. They go to Venegas. And he tools the block into the antenna.
The outsides are doing a lot of work offensively, carrying the load for Team Freedom right now. Some solid serving there from Nick West. So Ryan Alou struggling in that reception rotation there.
I can't blame Nick West, one of the finest servers in the league. Second in the entire NVA, behind only Jordan Hoppy from the Las Vegas Ramblers. They go to Santiago, and that one sails long. He believes there was a touch. And he's not going to get it. They will not challenge.
Yeah, definitely. That's something we talked about all season long. When do you challenge, even if it's a high percentage? This early on, you're likely to, get that point back in the near future. So just keep playing, keep battling, find your rhythm.
Cypher with the serve. They leave it again for Santiago as Nacho goes crashing into the sideline table. Joe Norman looking deep corner. Oh, what a spot. Big Joe with the corner shot.
Just a break of the wrist, a finesse into zone one. I thought that was spatched 3 feet wide, and that just slowly falls. Every guy on the stunners watching with bated breath, crossed fingers, and hoping, but not to any success.
And they go outside. Corey Chavers, dynamite.
He's hitting that at the top of the pin. I mean, he is as up there. He's breathing different air. Let's put it that way, folks.
Corey Chavers at 6'4" is one of the highest flyers in the NBA. You can throw Tim Johnson, you can throw
Charles Belvin and Damani
Lenore from LA,
yeah.
But who's the most dangerous of those four? It's Corey Chavers. From the back row, fairly swinging away. Dylan Shigakawa collected it. Here's Chavers with the back step. Reach out and stuff someone. Burrell and Norman for New Jersey.
Might be a height difference between the 6'10" Norman and the 6'4" Tom Burrell, but Burrell closed that block beautifully and an easy stuff down for the duo of Freedom.
Here is Joe Norman, who had 22 kills yesterday, hit 58%. Big serve from him. They're going to go to Beamer, and he tools the block.
I really like that middle run when that pass goes to left front zone 4. You get everybody kind of jammed up on the blockers because you can quickly set the middle, or you can go a quick set over the top to the outside. The blockers have to start figuring out where they're going to commit, and Shane Beamer gets the best of them there.
And guys can get trapped really quickly when that happens.
Yeah. Requires good hustle there from Nacho as well as Beamer, but they're rewarded for it. That's one of my favorite little nuances in volleyball, is that left front ball, if everyone can get there and set it up.
If you don't have a middle with good lateral movement, you can get caught really easy. That one off the ceiling, Hilling able to collect it and send it over. Ferner, smart play again. His 3rd kill early on.
Venegas was the only shining light on the Freedom yesterday from their service game. While they were racking up service errors, he was the only one finding aces. Good to see him continue that pressure here.
He had 4 aces yesterday, only 3 errors, nearly over on 1. The joust is blocked back. Gonna come over. Burrell is there. And Burrell is gonna continue being one of the most efficient hitters in the NVA. Kenny and Burrell teaming up there on a broken play from the Stunners.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of discussion here that Nacho goes up one-handed and sets that ball, and the ball got blocked in transition. So
now, if that ball is obviously parallel with the net, it's fair game, as long as the setter doesn't come over. As Matt Prosser having a word with our down official.
I wish I could watch a replay right now. Based on what I saw, this is a missed call. Burrell blocked that ball after the set from what I'm seeing. That hadn't yet gotten to the net. I could be wrong on this one. It kind of happened quick. I see exactly why they're complaining about it, but you got to trust the official there. And well, they say the overstated statement that every volleyball player loves to say, hates to hear, ball never lies. That one gets left short, and maybe there's something to be said for having the conversation and talking your point, you know, with the reffing crew, because that kind of iced Venegas there a bit.
One point of clarification that we have to check on is if that was even a reviewable play. I don't know if it was.
That's one I don't have for you, I wish.
That clips the tape. Over on 2 is Kenny. Here's Chambers. That one will sail into Burbank.
Lost the handle on that one. Definitely not looking for high hands. Just did not get the contact he wanted, but I do like the set selection there. I like getting that middle of the court established, especially early on here.
Freedom with an early 4-point lead for Burrell. They go to Nick West, blocked back by Seifert, run down by Chavers. Hilling again, good defense from New Jersey. They leave it for Norman, down the line with authority.
Some missed sets there from Nacho, leaving that one low to West and inside for Hilling. Want to see that quick tempo, find his hitters, find the rhythm, but the block right now for Freedom, controlling the net very well.
Leave it here for Hilling. Blocked back by New Jersey. Another chance for the Stunners. They go to Santiago. And Burrell couldn't handle it. Jair in the kill column.
Great cover there from number 9, Nick West, making sure Matt Hilling was covered up, especially swinging into 3 blockers. You've got to anticipate that it's coming right back to you. Well done for the big man in the middle.
Nacho will serve here. That's going to come over on 1. West passes it instead, and Santiago finds the slot.
That's one of those things you see more at this level of play. Instead of forcing overpass swings, if it's not in approach line, a lot of players will step off, take first ball, reset, and it's a quick tempo attack swing right back. I really like that play from West once again. And once again, Jair was struggling to find his swing. Now in 2 plays, you've given him 2 chances to get those points. 2 big ones for him, so good look.
Seifert getting a chance to swing for the first time. And he sticks it through the block, and that's what Matt Seifert brings, a lot of power out of that middle spot. Maybe doesn't move as well as a Tom Burrell, but the experience from Matt Seifert, the former Penn State standout, on display. West, that's punched up by Ferreter. Norman, gonna dump it over. Chance here for the Stunners. Hilling, Alou got a hand on it, run down by Venegas. And New Jersey stays alive. From the back row, power tip by Chambers. Alou is there. Ferreter punches it over. Entertaining play for sure. Blocked back and on the court. Joe Norman takes the Stunners down to Rejection City.
Wow. Hustle out of everybody on the Freedom side. Ryan Kenny with the one-handed dig. Ryan Alou with the one-handed dig. Daniel Venegas running a quarter-mile sprint out the back there to track one down, and man, everyone going all out there. Stunners still just missing their connection, it looks like, between their hitters. There was another one that Chavers had to tip the pipe over. Could not find the rhythm there. They've got to get connected.
Kenny with the serve here. They go to Chavers, and miscommunication there. You see the reaction between Venegas and Alou, and Chavers puts another in the kill column.
Well, if nothing else, Nacho's determined to find Chavers. I respect it. That's the third pipe in a row. Connection's still not there. Chavers shortening up his swing. Little thumb down action, but he got good placement. So we'll see if they continue just shoring that one up. In the meantime, Matt Hilling misses his second serve, taking us to 15-10.
Here's Farrader. Santiago, did he get the hands? Our officials say no. Santiago says, oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, I saw a massive touch here. So we're going to get a challenge. So there was a pretty noticeable touch on this one.
And I agree with you. I think there was a touch there. New Jersey's going to allow this one to be reviewed. Nobody's saying anything. And this will go up to the booth where Mike Mon and our replay team, they're going to take a look at that. Our officiating crew for this one, an experienced crew indeed. Stephen Shepard out of the Mid-Atlantic. He's the R1. Dennis Franciscini, I think he's from out of Puerto Rico. FIVB official is our R2 for this one. Robin Burton and Ty Boyd are on the lines. So they are looking at this upstairs. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to show this one on the broadcast. We do apologize. It's like technical glitch there. Hope to have that back up for the next challenge. And again, for those fans who may be tuning in to the NVA for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, I think it's always good that we talk about the replay system, if you'd like to do so.
Yeah, so the way the replay system works was added in this season. We can do the challenge. You get 3 challenges at the very beginning of the match. You can use them anytime you like throughout the first 4 sets. And when you get to a 5th set, oh, it looks like we got that resolved.
Good work by our crew to get that up. All right, was there? I think that's pretty obvious right there.
It looks like it. Well, they'll shift it around, but it looks like it catches Seifert's hand.
We're watching it. Look at the right hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is bending it back pretty good right there. So we'll see that finalized. But so we got 3 challenges that you can use throughout any of the first 4 sets. If and when you arrive at a 5th set, you can then you get 1 back. Whether you had 3, you now only have 1. If you had none, you now have 1. If at any time you challenge and get your challenge correct, you still get to keep your challenge. So at this point, the OC Stunner's challenging. It looks like they're likely to win this challenge, which means that they'll keep all 3 of their challenges, and the point would then be reversed, giving us a score of 15-11. So I do like this challenge. Whether or not it's in, I also like backing Jair Santiago if he believes that it's in. A little bit of faith trying to get him involved. Little early on in the match to use it if that's the case, but I do think there's something to be said for, you trust your players.
I'll also say this. Early in the match, I think depends on... Wow. We are all quite surprised here at courtside, but New Jersey wins this challenge, or actually the Stunners, I'm stunned, lose it. And that's going to take us to a tactical timeout. 16-10, New Jersey is on top. We'll have to talk about this one more when we return. We're back here at the Pierce Sports Center in San Bernardino, full of surprises as a challenge that we thought that the Stunners would win going away.
Yeah, that was surprising to say the least.
Well, either way, I believe it was a good challenge because of the score at that time. And I also agree with your point about having faith in your players. Good defense here for New Jersey, sent over finally by Norman. Oh, Santiago, I don't know what happened there, the slip. But that one, he took off, and then the ball shot past him.
And the last thing I will say that we didn't get a chance to talk about during the challenge, the important thing here that I would have to chalk this one up to is irrefutable evidence. If there is not irrefutable evidence in the film, they will not overturn the court. So maybe what we see or presume to see, if that is not deemed to be irrefutably an overturn, then they will not overturn that call. So have to assume that's what happened there.
What a save here by Kenny off the dig from Alou. See if the Stunners can score in transition behind Chavers. That's going to hurt OC. Norman's a swing. Power dump. And New Jersey is running away with game one. It is 18-10. Stunners typically not as slow starting a team as some of the other experienced leagues, teams in this league, but they are in a deep hole right now. They'll talk about it. We're going to take a break too. We'll come back for the conclusion of game one. So Matt Prosser and the OC Stunners. See if they have a late surge in them here in game one. One might be over if New Jersey can get a couple more, but for the Stunners, they got to get themselves composed, Nick.
They certainly do, and right now it's all about finding some energy. There's a coach point there for Matt Prosser, ice ferreter. But again, we always talk about the game state, right? So coming in at 11-18, you're not really necessarily trying to win this one. If you're down by 7 at this point in the game, it's more about what momentum, what right pieces, what do you build your energy on. So, Nick West, see if you can get him going with a good serve.
If anybody can do it, it's Nick. Now again, Alou had the layout for that one. Joe Norman, he splits the gap between Hilling and Nacho. And that is where that little bit of that inexperience, again, Randy Ramirez, at least in the starting role, Nacho's played this year, but in starting role, Randy Ramirez brings you a different level of experience.
Yeah, Randy was the one at the helm last year when this team won first place. But right now there's no other option. But Nacho's not quite finding the sets that I would like to see from him. We even saw it, a play or two ago, and he's taking that ball from over his head. He wasn't able to get squared, leaves Chavers about 6 feet off the net. Chavers looking for that in-step, in-system set, not finding it there. So I don't know. I don't want to continue bagging on it, but right now it might be the identifiable difference.
And one thing to note, of course, is that this is a majority of the Stunner squad minus Joey Jarvis, as Danny Venegas blows that one away. A majority of the Stunner squad that was on the court last year that win the championship, missing a couple pieces. Obviously, Jarvis not here. Eisenberg, who was the starting libero last year, but Nick Collins certainly done a good job in his spot this season.
Nick Amato is in the middle, but Shane Beamer's had a stellar season, an all-star contender himself.
Too long. Yeah, they've actually not missed a beat there in the middle, quite frankly.
What's crazy is that Shane Beamer was on the bench last year behind Nick West and Nick Amato. And they had Kevin Gear as well, so when Amato cycled out, they just left the other 3 as their core. So
well, that's some riches, as you said, with your Las Vegas Ramblers. A lot of talent on that roster.
Unfortunately, right now, all that talent doesn't mean that they're able to serve the ball in the court. They're not even giving them a chance. And Freedom's just smiling with open hands, saying, "Thanks. One more, please."
Here's Venegas. Venegas, that one's coming our way, and nobody's going to catch up. Daniel Venegas with his 5th ace of this playoff season. The lead is 22-13, and the OC Stunners are going to use their second timeout. We will as well. We'll be back for the conclusion of game one. The Stunners at this point have to get themselves recomposed because game two is looming. New Jersey's running away with this one. Daniel Venegas has been applying service pressure that they ordinarily get from Ian Cap. But Cap's not available this weekend. Next man up mentality. Santiago Alou got a piece of it, and then Kenny just couldn't collect it off the bottom of the tape.
Yeah, when I look at the game state in general right now, when I think back to how these two teams played at event number 5, the difference was serve and pass. And I really made my estimation that Stunners would win this one based on the thought that, I saw them pass well yesterday. Ian Cap not in that squad. Maybe that was enough to kind of flip it on its head, but right now, Chavers and Hilling not hitting their serves. And everybody, including Venegas, just lighting it up for freedom. Tough spot.
Tom Burrell blocked back by West. They go to Fair, who's been hot in this set, and he continues his run to give New Jersey an unheard of 10 set points.
Wow.
Actually, I take that back. It's 23-14.
Score crew was very on top of awarding that point.
We aren't good at math in New Jersey, at least I'm not. Vegas leaves it for Ferreter. Down the line, splitting Chavers and Santiago. And now it's 10 set points. I was just forecasting the future.
Yeah, I'm with you. Man, the line is open. It is getting abused by both outsides right now. That's the 4th kill down the line by both outsides combined. And it doesn't matter. And here you go. Doug Zema coming in to take hands. He is their backup setter this weekend. Middle blocker, Doug Zema coming in.
Dr. Doug. He's earned that title. Tom Burrell, the serve for set. 1 for New Jersey. Hilling couldn't handle it. Chigakawa's there. Hilling swinging away. He gets that result, so a side out.
Little blocking sub there when you got a back row middle, some of the less established defense. Go get another middle blocker in front row, and he, like I said, he is their backup setter, so kind of a sneaky little substitution. We haven't seen too much, but I like that little tech used there by Freedom.
Set point number 2, and it ends here as Matt Seifert reemerges with his second kill, and New Jersey all over the Stunners in game 1, 25-15. We'll see if New Jersey can push a step closer to the championship match when we return for game number 2. Well, the Las Vegas Ramblers, last year they got to the championship and fell to these OC Stunners in 3 sets. New Jersey, they've never been there before. They have an unbeaten season on the line. They've been the New England Patriots, as I hate to give them any credit, but the New England Patriots of the NVA this year, as they have been unbeaten throughout. And New Jersey looked like a team that has learned its lesson from yesterday. I'll tell you that, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, wow, we're looking at stats right now, and Ira, this is scary, to be frank. Shane Beamer, the only person hitting at an even mentionable clip with 2 kills, no errors on 2 attempts. Everyone else so abysmal that just counted up that they're not usable at this point. Passing with both teams near identical, 50% for Team Freedom, 47% for the Stunners. We see 4 errors for the Stunners, 5 errors on the serving line for Freedom, but they got the ace. So,
but the biggest number to me that stands out, Nick, is look at that attack line for Team Freedom. 14 kills, only 1 error. 1 error in 23 swings, 61% rate, and then some of the individual lines. Tim Ferrier, 5 kills, that's a match high. 9 swings is 1 error. Joe Norman, 4 kills, 6 attempts, no errors. Seifert's 2 for 2. Venegas is 2 for 2.
Also, 4 blocks statted on the side of Freedom for none on the side of the Stunners. Control, yeah, Freedom's got all of it right now.
And I'll say this, Nick West and company are the best blocking team in the NVA all season, but they haven't been able to, well, live up to that reputation so far today. We're going to send it over to the 3rd man of our crew, Noah Chess, with a between set update.
And Coach Prosser pulling aside new-ish setter Nacho, kind of talking to him. I couldn't make out what they were saying to each other, but I'm sure addressing maybe the location issues, the defensive issues, trying to settle the nerves and get him back to the way he played yesterday, which he did a great job filling in. The rest of the team, meanwhile, sort of addressing the issues that we took note of. Jair talking to Shane Beamer saying, outsides, line, line, line. They keep swinging line. We need to address that. So they're at least the issues that they came into in this first set, they've realized, and it's a matter of kind of executing a way to stop that.
Thank you, Noah. Good insight there from the Stunner sideline. Big upgrade this year in coaches throughout the NVA, and Matt Prosser has certainly been one of them, handling double duty, joining us here in the booth. One of our original analysts here in the NVA. Matt, of course, was a tremendous collegiate player at Long Beach State and a champion on the AVP Tour. Tim Ferrier able to get that side out. Kill number 6 for him. Of course, my partner, Nick England, is on the roster for the Las Vegas Ramblers, hasn't played, and likely will stay with us here in the booth for the remainder of the playoffs, but he's been a man of the match this year. That one sails long. So basically, I'm the third wheel here.
Yeah. Well, Jair Santiago makes another hitting error there, misses the high hand, sends that one long.
And that one I can attribute more to him than to their center, Nacho. That one collected by New Jersey. Seifert ducks and covers. They go back to Santiago again. That will be blocked off the court. That is the power that Jair brings.
Jair so far on 11 attempts has 4 hitting errors. He's been blocked once and has 4 points. So he's hitting negative right now. That is a tough spot to be in.
Well, if this continues, the Stunners do have some options because they can always slide Nick West into that role and bring Kevin Gear in the middle. But obviously Santiago's blocking ability makes him an important part of this offense.
Well, sorry, really quick.
Joe Norman right now, they're not matching up with him. They are not going to be able to find a way to shut him down on that outside if he swings like that.
No, not at all. One of the things that you talked about was the setters. And I kind of had my opinion. I was thinking, maybe not going to be a thing here that we're going to see. Right now, it is night and day. You could possibly... Wow, Santiago answers. But right now, at the end of the first set, I would say that is the biggest difference. Ryan Kenny playing stellar defense, running a great offense, very consistent. As we said, when you have your team not being blocked at all, maybe that's execution of one side, but he's giving every one of his hitters a chance to be successful.
Oh, Ryan Kenny's had a tremendous match so far. We'll see if that continues. Santiago, let's see if he can keep it going. Great pass by Alu against a tough serve. Venegas down the line, free balled over. They go to Venegas. That is run down by Shigakawa. Alu with the touch. Kenny.
Wow.
And Venegas, good spot for Kenny. Another chance for the Stunners. And Corey Chavers ends a long rally with that kill.
Jair Santiago is the first one down the line able to play some solid defense and get a nice dig there. Jair Santiago getting digs is not something we talk about too frequently. Down low early, love to see that from the big 6'10" right side. And yes, it goes over the net, but if you're not down, you get a chance to battle on, and they get the point there.
Good pass by Ferreter. They go to Venegas again. That's blocked back. One more time for Venegas. Tooling the block. Ignacio Roberts got caught there up against the pin. Obviously the much smaller of the two. And allowed Venegas, a former member of the Colombian national team, his career obviously on the second half, sunsetting part of his career, but still has a ton of experience. That's Daniel Venegas. And that's sent over by the Stunners. Chance to run Burrell. Burrell delivers.
And Nick, you mentioned Jair Santiago playing much better in this set, but they have the option. They want to. They can pull him and move Nick West over to the opposite. That's something Team Freedom welcomes for the one reason, because it takes Nick West's hands out of the middle and over to the pin. It opens up a lot more for their middle attack.
Well, right now, in all honesty, I would say that's almost the scariest thing, because West is such a good blocker. Getting him out there blocking on the pin, that line shot that has been open all day, that might close up.
I don't know. You guys make good arguments. It's a matter right now of where the Stunners are going to get more consistency.
Absolutely.
Ferreter, that little tight, so Kenny has to poke it over. This might come back towards New Jersey. They go to Venegas with the Stunner step. Too long, but he got the touch. Steven Shepard saw that. I think the Stunners may want to look at that. There's some disagreement here from Shane Beamer and company.
So this one's, this is my favorite challenge calls, because if you call it touch and you call it wrong, this is the most free challenge in the game. Because if your guys know, right, like you know if you touch the ball or not. So if you're calling for a challenge, one of two things is about to happen. It's going to be the total gimme point if that ball missed or blocked by a lot or enough to not be a touch, or someone on your team is about to look really dumb because they said, no, challenge, and they know they touched it. You don't tell your team to challenge this ball if you touched it. So I would say with a very high certainty and zero context of what actually happened there, Stunners are going to get this point.
And you can tell the confidence in his team, because Matt Prosser, not one to challenge or even call a timeout before we hit that 10, 15-point mark, and it's only 5-6 at the moment. So he has supreme confidence in his team saying, we didn't touch that ball.
Well, from that angle, inconclusive. See if we have another angle that will be a little bit more, but they're going to, this is an important point early on.
No, that's quick. Oh. It's hard to tell on the frame by frame.
So you got Beamer on the left. You have
no, that's going through hand. There's no movement on the hand backwards. That's going through the hands there of Roberts. This will be a great one to follow up.
You see Roberts, number 11. Beamer coming in late there in the middle. Venegas swinging for New Jersey in the white.
Nope, that is going right through the middle.
Right through Beamer, right through
the uprights.
The field goal is good for New Jersey.
We put our foot in our mouths earlier with our opinion on the call, so we're gonna wait on this one.
No, there's no touch here. I'm gonna bet my per diem money on this.
Well,
official call from upstairs. Dennis Franciscini, the R2, affirms what we just saw. And the OC Stunners win this challenge. They keep this one, will be their second challenge. And it is a 6-5 lead for the Stunners.
Chavers had 2 attempts in set number 1 and 2 errors, so see if he can just calm it down a little bit, get a little bit of rhythm.
Good pass by Lou, the All-Star. Here's Joe Norman. And he misses wide, his first error.
It's amazing what happens when you don't miss the serves. You gave your guys a chance to play, because not only do you get the error there, but you start to kind of have the mental side of an error now beginning to stack up and maybe impede those teams. So, you know, Stunners giving themselves a chance here.
Lou doing a great job running this, and that allows Tom Burrell to do his thing.
Tom Burrell, one of the most, if not the most efficient hitting middle in the league. No surprise why when you look at swings like that. Quick, deep, very, very high IQ hitter.
Here's Venegas. Pass by Hilling. They're going to go to Santiago, and he eats a Lou for dinner.
Santiago's starting to warm up.
That's dangerous if you're New Jersey. You can't allow him to start producing. It's funny, too, because we had this debate last night back at the hotel, and Matt and I were talking about during the first match that Santiago, when he's on, has one of the hardest hitting balls in the NVA.
Yeah.
We still believe that title belongs to Brandon Rattray, the Las Vegas Ramblers. But Santiago's 6'10", big guy, brings a lot of juice.
If you're asking Orlando Southern exposure, it's arguably Jake Langlois. There's some big arms in the league, but...
So you want to be a libero.
Gosh, no. I'd rather retire and come chat about the game with you guys over here.
Burrell to serve. They go to Chavers, and that one's going to land in San Francisco.
I'm a little incredulous. That's the second miss like that from Chavers. I don't know what's going on. The contact or the attempt there, like, doesn't look like he's going for high hands with that swing.
Santiago. That one took out Joe Norman.
Santiago got on his horse there. The big man was moving fast to get that ball. That was quick to the outside. Not his normal set speed, but great adjustment there from him.
Well, yesterday it was Corey Chavers who put this team on their back to get by the Utah Stingers, who really were in position to win it. Now, today, Jair is the one heating up. So Norman able to stick between West and Hilling, and that's not an easy task. Carlo Edra, Justin Boma, encouraging his New Jersey's team owner and veteran head coach. Nick West, a Lou, that's going to come over on one, and then Jair Santiago crushes it, but it doesn't count because he hit the net in the process. Sometimes it's just better to just have a little poke.
Yep. He was trying to be quick and snap it down so he didn't follow through, but did not execute as intended.
Hilling, quick answer. So as they wipe out the perspiration on the court, there's Matt Hilling, who had a great professional season overseas in Israel. It's interesting there in last year's championship run, Hilling was more of a role player than anything. And this year, I've said this a couple times this year, as he carries that one to the bottom of the net, has been one of the mainstays in his lineup. Tim Farrer to the serve. Santiago off the high hands. All right, so Nick West after that kill for the OC Stunners. We're knotted at 11-11 here in game 2. If you missed it, New Jersey all over the Stunners in game 1, 25-15. That one, too long.
Missed serves continue to plague the OC Stunners. We're seeing them do things right, and obviously looking at the scoreboard, we're very clearly in a different place than we were set number 1. But they're still continuing to shoot themselves in the foot with unforced errors.
My son Gavin, who was watching the first match of the day, texted me, why are there so many missed serves at this level? My son played in high school in New Jersey. He was pretty efficient middle blocker. Had a
Proud dad moment?
Oh yeah, he was top 15 in the state last year. I was pretty proud of that, but he's never seen this many missed serves. And I told him that at this level, if you don't serve tough, you will have the ball back in your face before you can even blink.
Yep.
And that is why you're seeing all these errors, and that is where a timeout will discuss this. We'll take a break and come back for more here in game 2. Back here courtside, he's Nick England, I'm Myra Thor, Noah Chast, third member of our crew. The fourth member of our crew is coaching the OC Stunners. So basically, we're all working hard.
Yep.
As is our entire crew upstairs here at the Pierce Sports Center. As a historic weekend for professional men's volleyball here in the United States. We are live on ESPN for the first time. And Santiago was able to tool the block. Side out for the Stunners.
Well, a good timeout. I think that 13-11 might feel like an interesting place to call a timeout compared to where you normally would. It's just 2 points, but I think that since Coach Prosser didn't want that score to run away from him, he was being very proactive with that, wanted to keep the guys from, scattering mentally, physically on the court.
Well, Jair Santiago brings that heat.
Ryan Alou been playing some great serve receive all match long right there. That one catches him on the way out.
You can tell he was trying to get out of the way, but when the ball's moving a million miles a second.
Tag, you're in.
The light speed of Santiago serves. That was a good timeout for Coach Prosser. Great pass by Alou, and Burrell blitzes it. Wow.
I mean, if you're going to get hit by a ball, I think that's the only acceptable way to respond. A perfect pass, getting your middle involved off that serve. Impressive ball right there from Ryan Achu.
Bless you. Here's Joe Norman. Well, when you jump a little early, Corey Chambers will make you pay. Corey Chambers just scorches that one, and he will serve for the Stunners. That was wicked. Reach out and stuff someone. Burrell on Chambers.
All right. Well, that was a heroic effort, one-on-one in the middle. Tom Burrell shutting Corey Chambers down. Venegas now to serve. Goes wide down the line. Hilling doesn't even move, unfazed. And that's going to be 15 apiece. Wow, what, I was talking a little bit with Noah during the set 1 to set 2 as well with Ira, and we were talking about the fact that, you know, when you beat a team that bad, it's almost like you can't rely on that as information for how the next set will go, and Center's proving that to be the case here.
Joe Norman, Hilling caught Venegas in the wrong spot. Smart play there by Hilling. 1 point lead for the Stunners at 16-15.
Yeah, there was. It seems like a pretty obvious bit of information, but I think it's very true. Matt Hilling aggravated, and he just tells the guys, look, you just have to hit the ball in. We're not even giving ourselves a chance. So, you know, see how that rings true here.
Sneaky, sneaky, Ryan Kenny with the ollie. The center dump from Ryan Kenny. We have named that play after my partner Nick's new dog, the official canine of the NVA, as that is woofed through by Santiago. He's been playing like a dog here in this second. Half set, but he is back, and side out will allow Ryan Kenny to serve knotted at 17. Here's Ryan Kenny for New Jersey. West doesn't care. Here's Ferreter, blocked back, covered by Kenny. Venegas gonna live it for Norman, and Joe Norman in a youthful.
What a ball from Venegas. That ball looked like it was almost trap set, but when you're 6'10", 6'11", the tall tower, number 16, Norman thumps that one through.
Good pass by Shigakawa, Chavers, but Alou was right there. Venegas, and that is blocked down. For the Stunners. And we're all square at 18 apiece. So Matt Hilling to serve. Hilling's service today is just not right with Matt's serve right now.
Yeah, he's missed 4 out of his 5 last attempts.
And I'm not talking about missing them high into net. They've been low.
They're into the net. Yeah, low in the net.
Rarely does he miss like that. That's 2 mistakes in a row. And the lead is 20-18. We're going to see a substitution as for much of the season, Josh Nels going to come in here for Matt Hilling.
The Hope International outside, looking to make up a little bit of a change here, see if he can, if nothing else, maybe change a bit of the mindset. Matt Hilling clearly very upset with the way the game is being played out, and if you're going to change something, sometimes you don't need a different skill set, you need a different mindset.
There's Santiago for the touch, he gets the kill. Nels is a very capable all-around player. Nels has actually been our man of the match this year.
Yeah.
By the way, fans, we do apologize. We understand that there is some kind of an audio issue happening. We're going to work that out and get it. And that one, Corey Chambers able to get the touch.
It's funny how fast one change in personnel and this squad makes about 3 or 4 actions we've yet to see that nice block touch into an extended rally. Really great out of system pass or a set there from Nacho. A lot of those things just clicking the way of the stuff. Continue that effort here.
2020. Seifert, first chance to swing here in the second set, and he delivers. And that Nick West out from behind the service line. So 1 point lead for Freedom. Looking to take a 2-0 lead. Take on Vegas tomorrow at 2 Pacific. Left for Gamer. Beam me up, Shaney.
Well, that was a tight pass from Nels, but Nacho goes up and gets it. That was an impressive one-handed save. Great hustle there from Beamer, giving him an option, get up early. And number 3 delivers.
(21-21) is our score here. They're going to leave it for Joe Norman, and that is a Norman on the way back. Credit Corey with the solo. And the Stunners bouncing back late here. 4 of the last 5 points. They now lead 22-21. And New Jersey's going to call timeout. We will as well. Back for more at the Pierce Sports Center.
And we're back here courtside. A nice little run put together by the Stunners, coming up 22-21, a 1 point lead. The team seems like they're clicking a bit better, and the pressure from Jair Santiago definitely being felt from the end line. Question is here, can he keep it controlled for one more, or will Coach Carlo Edra earn himself a coach's point with that timeout?
Crucial point here for New Jersey. I want to fall behind 2 here to the Stunners. There it is there. Needs it, so he had to send it over. And this off of the block, Corey Chambers. And the Stunners push it to 23-21.
Just like that, Stunners getting loud and rowdy. You poke the sleeping bear. What's going to happen here? We'll have to find out. We've got a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Pull your thing. Stunners looking to close out this second set to even this head. This is a match that, well, 4 of us had a split opinion on in the pregame show. Noah and I both picked New Jersey to win this one. You and Matt both picked the Stunners. All of us picked the Ramblers. We were all right. Norman just hurls that one up for Venegas. And that was just outside the antenna. Corey Chambers, not much he could do with it, and it never made it over. So, that 2.
Santiago put together an impressive run there from the service line, really put it on Freedom. But Joe Norman has a knack for doing that himself.
Swing away. Sticks it on the court for set point coming up. 24-22.
See, that's recognition. That's what we're talking about there is Kenny Burrell, a smaller block. So go to Chambers. Let him really use that physicality. He was so far over the top of that block. He free reign, got to look over his kingdom and pick where he was going with that one.
Serving away for the set. Venegas couldn't connect on the touch. New Jersey believes there was one. If they challenged, unless the officials have a word, if not, this set belongs to defending champions. And the officials do get together and agree there was indeed a touch.
And
so
once again,
with the kill.
This would be challenged if there was no touch. So you know that this call was they got this call correct because if if Roberts did not touch this, immediate challenge. So that tells you good work by our refereeing crew. And now a blocking sub once again bringing Doug Zema in for Ryan Kenny.
Set point number 2. Is it off as the OC Stunners bounce back and they take game number 2, 25-23. We are even at 1 set apiece. Set San Bernardino when we return. Now you're looking live here at the Pierce Sports Center in San Bernardino. This is the home of Valley Volleyball Club, and it's been the home facility for the Inland Empire Matadors, one of the 4 teams in the NVA that actually did not make the postseason this year. Seattle Sasquatch, Colorado Kraken, Chicago Untouchables, the other 3. There are 12 teams in the National Volleyball Association. 8 of the 12 advanced to the playoffs. Today there were 4 remaining. One's in the finals. That's the Las Vegas Ramblers. And one of these teams will join them, either the New Jersey Freedom or the OC Stunners. And we are all square at 1 set apiece.
I want to talk really quick about, we talked about, we addressed the setter situation, and I think that Stunners got their heads on a little bit better there. We were seeing that pipe connection, and Chavers at the end was well established. The sets to the outside were they were being located much better. Jair Santiago was made known very well. He's been present very consistently on the back service line as well as offensively. I really want to shout out Coach Matt Prosser, bringing in Josh Nels through the back row to give Matt Hilling a chance to get off the court, catch his breath, and see the game before stepping back on front row. It reset the entire emotion of the team, and it was very, very clear you know, how much. And it gave Hilling just a breather for 6, 7 points. Get him out of it, get his head out of it, reset, throw him right back in front row.
And you can see the effect of that right now, Nick. The body language on the Stunner sideline and on the court, years different than it was that first set. They kind of seemed dejected and just here because they had to be. Now, if you look at them, they're smiling. They really seem like they want to win this match. But before, they seemed like they were going through the motions. So that switch changing a lot for the momentum of this game and the atmosphere of this team.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, this is where you see a guy like Hilling, the way he was even just chatting with Coach Prosser, it was not, there was no anger or malice. Like, it's the professional mindset. He knows, hey, this is what we got to do. You're the coach, you make that call. And this veteran OC Stunner squad really benefiting from having someone like a former All-American and 14-year AVP pro, Matt Prosser.
Start off game 3, Corey Chambers. That is too long. We cannot ignore the impact that 8 kills. He had just 3 in the first set. He leads the match with 11. 8 kills on 12 swings in game 2 alone. And here's Shane Beamer making it.
It was, you know, when we look at the middles, Beamer and West, both very positive. They're emotional, physical leaders. Yesterday, it was similar to Exposure, right? Exposure playing great volleyball, but Langston Payne, Uchenna Foha, almost removed from the game entirely. Beamer and I were talking before the game about what he was saying, you know, what do I do? How do I get involved as a middle? Because I need to make sure our team is mentally ready to go. And you're seeing it here, just continuing to fire everyone up. He hits that first swing over Seifert. He's getting the boys riled up, and he's ready to talk a little bit and get everyone moving.
Saved that ball that was coming off the court and literally gave up everything. Slid into the Mikasa signage and knocked out all the cameras on that sideline, an iPad, a replay machine.
Got it all at once.
A couple flag poles, 2 parts cars, and here's an ace for the Stunners.
Talked about Shane Beamer trying to be involved as a middle, and just like that, gets it done. As an ace. Can he do it here again, acing Ryan Alou? Well, he certainly gets a hold of him out of system. Ferreter takes a swing, misses long. And just like that, 4-1 OC Stunners getting loud, getting rowdy. And it feels like the tables are turning in the favor of the OC Stunners.
New Jersey certainly cannot afford to allow the Stunners to get on a roll. They have themselves a 4-1 lead. Look at Shane Beamer serving away. Ferreter's there. Joe Norman, miscommunication between Chavers and Beamer, and they knew it. So that kill allows a side out here for New Jersey, down 2 early in game 3. Ferreter began his career at SUNY New Paltz, finished it with the Stevens Ducks in Hoboken, New Jersey. Nick West, he played at a couple different schools as well, and he gets the winner.
Yeah, we were at UC Irvine together. He was on the NCAA team. I was on the college club team. Actually, teammate with Dylan Shigikawa. We played together there. And then he transferred over, and then West transferred to University of Hawaii.
Why would anybody want to do that? As Joe Norman swings down the line for the kill. Kill number 8 for Norman.
Worth noting, that was kill number 1 for West. He's had 9 attempts, 1 error. That was his first kill. Uncharacteristically slow, offensively contributing.
Makes the fact that New Jersey won the first set all that much more impressive. Able to slow down Nick West.
Wow.
And Matt Hilling able to tool the block and also force the blocking error, I believe, on Venegas.
Yeah, that's as impressive as it gets. Hilling got handcuffed. A quick little hand dig there on the serve. He hit that ball from underneath of it, taking advantage of Venegas. Not a disciplined blocking move from him.
And that one falls through. Norman didn't have to do too much there.
Burrell sprinkles a little bit of his special sauce as he punches that through the double block, rolls it along the tape, and finds that one just a foot off the net.
So Burrell continues to be pretty high IQ middle hitter here for the Team Freedom as Joe Norman will serve. Big toss from Joe. Reach out and stuff someone, New Jersey. Burrell, Ryan, Kenny in on the task. And the boys in white and blue have cut this deficit to 1.
And I love hearing and seeing the intelligence of Coach Matt Prosser. The moment that set went up, he was telling his team, cover, 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 and no one did.
Not a single one. And New Jersey was able to block it into the campfire zone as Joe Norman looks to tie it. Not here. Nick West hasn't had a big service run yet so far today. He's capable of it. See if it starts here. Ryan Alou blown out of his shoes, but a good pass. And Venegas somehow slips that between the antenna and Jair Santiago.
Yeah, Santiago's outside arm, that right arm, not quite over where it needs to be. When you're triple blocking, it's not about going high. That's almost where you go for conservative moves to make sure you don't have any holes. You seal that net up. Santiago not able to do it there.
And an ace for New Jersey. Daniel Venegas, his 6th of the playoffs.
Well, that was as timely as it gets. Venegas with a nice off speed attacking short, shallow zone 1 there. Catches Sugikawa napping a little bit.
Another one, that's gonna bounce off the ceiling. And Corey Chambers just made chicken soup.
Boys gotta eat. Wow, that was off the girder there, and that ricochet, but Nacho had to basically dig that set off the ceiling, and man, did he get a good one there for Chambers.
Talking about making something out of nothing. And a big play for the Stunners. Santiago, that one comes back. He hit it with so much force. They go back to Corey Chambers, and he tools Burrell and Kenny. Corey Chambers becoming alive here after a somewhat pedestrian for him second set.
Yeah, absolutely, but Jair Santiago, his pressure from the service line is absolutely keeping the Stunners in it right now.
Chambers had 16 attacks in the second game to get 5 kills. Free ball opportunity. They go to Chambers again. That's 3 in a row if there was a touch. The officials say there was not, and New Jersey will have the side out to draw within 1.
Shane Beamer's got to be better on that first ball. Free ball opportunity, pulled that one off the net, 7 or 8 feet.
Here's Burrell. Free ball, Seifert couldn't get to go down. Comes back for New Jersey, and Tim Ferreter. They're saying that's the 4th touch.
Oh, don't agree with this one here. So Nacho blocked Seifert. I was about to say it was a really heads-up play. Nacho turned and blocked Seifert. They're saying that it didn't happen.
I would challenge that if that is challengeable, because there was definitely a touch, at least from our angle here on the Stunner side, from Nacho. I think this would be a worthwhile challenge despite the score for New Jersey. And we'll see if Carlo Edra does indeed pull out the green card. He will.
So the way this is going to challenge then is basically you're looking for a block touch on the net. And that will then extrapolate into if there is a touch, it makes everything after that null and void, therefore no
And you see on the Stunners side, by the way, that's an embrace from Shane Beamer and Santiago. One of them would probably know if there was a touch or not.
Well, so if I'm not mistaken here, because it was blown dead at 4 touches, you're going to get a replay,
exactly,
not a point awarded, which, yeah, that's interesting in terms of...
honestly, either way, it helps the Stunners. They either get the point or they get a replay, because New Jersey was a chance to run something with the Stunners out of system.
And that's why I'm sitting there kind of questioning if this is a worthwhile challenge, almost because of the given score. But
well, remember, if they're correct, they don't lose the point and they don't lose the challenge.
Right, but then it's just a chance to replay. It's not that they even get the point awarded to them. So it's a lower prize, I guess, is my point here.
If I'm New Jersey, 3rd set, I don't want to fall behind 11-8.
I do like that logic. And again, if they've got 3 to burn, use 1 here. But
remember, after the 4th set, and we are going to go at least 4 today, you lose everything you have in your challenge bank. So New Jersey has not used 1 yet. The Stunners have used 2. They've won 1 of their 2 challenges.
Right there on your screen, you see a conversation between outside hitter Matt Hilling and our R1, Stephen Shepard.
Yep.
Having a little chat there.
Carlo Edra has one of the higher win rates in the NVA among challenges. Head coach for the New Jersey Freedom.
Yeah, so this is interesting. That's what we're getting, is basically there's a discussion that this is even challengeable because 4 contacts. This is where my expertise with the challenges, I wish it was a bit better, and apologies that it's not, but I'm not sure that this is even challengeable. So, well, okay, so the team is reviewing this all the same in the meantime, but that is a conversation being had.
I don't know if this is the play that we're looking for. The play involved Nacho and Seifert.
So the team's still not quite looking at the right area here.
All right, so we're going to, and we apologize, fans, we're going to pull that off the stream because our replay crew was actually looking at another play. And you hear Nick England taking some charge here, letting the crew know that they are replaying the wrong play that Carl Edger and company had in mind. All kinds of confusion out here in San Bernardino. Oh, by the way, did we mention it's 100 degrees today? So the air conditioning is working hard. Right now it's only 91. Tomorrow will be 104. Tomorrow we hope you'll join us. We're going to take a break and we're going to allow the officiating crew to sort this out when we come back with the result in just a bit.
was able to speak with the team, got a little bit of clarification. There was
back here courtside. They have just completed what was a confusing challenge to some degree, but it was won by the Stunners.
Okay, to make this sweet, short, so we get back into the action. Seifert, when he went to push that first contact over, there was a debate if he contacted Nacho's hands. Freedom believed that he did, therefore resetting, giving them 3 touches. The officials did not see that. The review did not show that. Therefore, there was 3 contacts after Seifert's initial motion. 4 contacts. That is not going to be overturned. That is a lost challenge. Back into the action, point for the Stunners.
And while I do disagree with the plays, I thought there was a touch. Again, it has to be conclusive. So our opinion here courtside is just that, an opinion, and everybody's got one. Tim Ferrer says, challenge this, as he slugs it through. Matt Hilling, and that one's gonna split the trees of Norman and Seifert. So Stunners get the 2-point lead back at 11-9.
Well, we've seen certainly some controversial challenges here today. The first one that we all saw off of Seifert's hands didn't get called. Maybe that gets him back right there and we call it even.
So here is Shane Beamer.
Beamer had an ace during his last service run.
Beamer out of UC San Diego, La Jolla, California, Burbank, Cali native. Here's Hilling. That's blocked high. It's going to stay. No, off the court. The triple block of New Jersey couldn't keep it between the lines.
Nice job from the team there, finally starting to cover each other up after multiple swings this match that just fall in the middle of everyone. Good work from the Stunners, now 3 points ahead.
Beamer has played extensively overseas, as have many players on this OC Stunner squad. There's Joe Norman putting in the back of the court.
Man, Norman is really a man on fire right now. Another great swing into the deep part of the court for the American headband wearing Tower on the right side.
Here's Tim Ferrer. He leaves that one short. So a 3-point lead for the Stunners. Going to take a 2-1 lead in this match. It is the 3rd time this year these teams have played. Of course, both teams are members of the same division, the National Coastal Division, and that will fall in for an ace for the Stunners, who lost twice to New Jersey in the regular season, 3-1 on April 10th. And in the final weekend of the regular season, it went 5. And New Jersey hopes that they don't have to go there to win today. They'll call a timeout. We'll be back for more here in Game 3. Back here courtside, Ira Thor, Nick England, Noah Chast, and New Jersey, they find themselves reeling now, down 4. Still plenty of time here in this 3rd set, but if you're a New Jersey fan, you can't be happy with the direction your squad is going. Off the tape on the serve by Anacho that Matt Seifert ignites.
Good run there by Seifert. Kenny connecting well, and he knows that while the team feels a little flat for a point or two, The big man in the middle is always good for an easy swing and a nice kill there.
Matt Seifert, the former Penn State Nittany Lion standout in the EIVA conference. Good pass by Shigakawa. Chance here for New Jersey to run something. They go to Burrell, and Nick West takes New Jersey to rejection city.
Well, Burrell got a nice block touch to slow West down. West wasn't having any of it and ended it on the set back himself. We always talk about that mini game or the game within a game. Kenny wants to give Burrell a chance against West, and no avail.
Here is Hilling. They leave it to Norman down the line, and that is an answer.
Joe Norman has been so disciplined. He's been given 3 or 4 kind of 50-50 sets that are high into blockers or kind of just very small windows to hit that ball through. Avoids the antenna very well there. Great kill before rotating back to serve.
15-12. Jair Santiago, quick answer.
And this is the stunners I think we expected to see more of. It's just much more in system, playing their game, the guys finding the court. It was there was a bit of trouble we saw yesterday in their match against the Stingers that carried on in today, but they're starting to clean that up and trend upwards here.
Nick West off the tape. Jersey trying to get closer. Farrier with the big left. It's short. It's 16-12. Jersey's going to have to figure this out soon. Correction, 17-12. Now it's a 5-point lead. Daniel Venegas able to get the side out here for New Jersey, and he has 6 aces in the last 2 days. See if you can add to that. Here's Jair Santiago. He'll become a father for the first time in a month's time, and he will show his new daughter that. An ace. (19-13). The Stunners are beginning to run away with this third set. Pass left short by Santiago, and I couldn't believe it.
He thought he had that one, but it's funny when you start winning, those kind of errors, everyone greets them with high fives and smiles when you're not down by 9 points. So this team definitely much more willing to make mistakes given the current status of the game.
Corey Chavers with the roll. Oh, couldn't be collected by Kenny. And the Stunners the first to 20. It is 20-14. Corey Chavers is going to serve here for the Stunners. We're going to get back to the finals to defend their 2021 league title. Good pass by Alou. Seifert will find its way over. Big high bump here from Beamer. Blocked back by Seifert and company. Chance here for New Jersey. Seifert. Santiago plays some D. And another block back for the Freedom. And a free ball right into the wheelhouse. Shane Beamer. New Jersey. They are not doing themselves any favors right now, Nick.
Certainly not. Jair Santiago gets a massive dig there to extend that rally. Stunner's really firing on all cylinders right now.
When you get your big right side to get involved defensively. That's going to carry him off the ceiling. New Jersey brings it back. Shaver's one-handed save by Venegas, and then Ferder turns and swings. They leave it for Santiago, and he splits the uprights.
A little shimmy after a big swing from a big man. In the words of Ira Thor, he's doing bad things.
And New Jersey is going to make a change here. Venegas is out. They'll bring in Jacob Milnazik, who's the only one who's ever seen Noah Chast play volleyball in person. At least the only one in this building. Oh, and my goodness, Corey Chavers heating up. And the Stunners are doing to New Jersey what New Jersey did to the Stunners in game one.
Corey Chavers turning the switch on.
And New Jersey's gonna have to figure things out in game four, because this one is pretty much a tax write-off. They leave this for Ferder. He misses long. And the Stunners have 10 set points.
Also worth noting, Cunningham is now the libero on the court. He's replacing Ryan Alou. You can have two guys wearing libero jerseys must be declared at the beginning of the match, and they can be used interchangeably.
They go right after Cunningham. Here's Ferder, tries to snake it through. Leave it to Hilling. Cunningham lays out for that one. And Ferder cannot connect. And the Stunners run away with game number one, or game number three, I should say, 25-14. And they find themselves in front, 2-1, one game away from meeting the Las Vegas Ramblers for the 2022 NVA title for the second year in a row. We'll see if they get there when we return to the Pierce Sports Center. Very difficult to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. And the New Jersey Freedom are learning that right now as they find themselves down 2-1 against the OC Stunners. The last time these teams played back on July 8th in divisional play, New Jersey had a 2-1 lead after 3 sets. We'll see if they can force a fifth today as we play game 4. And Nick England, my partner here, reminded me that during the break that if you've been following our pregame predictions during our NVA Today pregame show throughout the year, coming into today, I had a 2-game lead in the standings on the season. The only way for Nick to catch me would be for the Stunners to win today because he and Matt took OC. Noah and I took New Jersey. If New Jersey wins, the trophy goes to me. I'll take that in the form of a plaque if we get there.
I know you're gonna go against the Ramblers tomorrow. You don't need to lie to the people now.
I definitely am not picking against the Ramblers tomorrow the way they played today. I don't care who the opponent is. We will, however, get a word from the third member of our crew, Noah Chess, who's had a chance to get some insight between sets. Noah?
Well, Ira, if you look on the court right now, a couple changes made from the Freedom side. John Cunningham taking over for Ryan Alou in the libero position, and Jake Milnazic on there for Daniel Venegas. And now Coach Carlo Edra telling his team, this is our lineup. We'll see how it goes. If we need to make a switch back, we'll make it. But for now, we're going with this. And Matt Buffum on the sideline telling his team, hey, we need to fight. And this is a situation, Freedom was very seldom this year down 2-1 in a match. So this is a time where you see what they're made of and you see the fight they have to kind of crawl back from a deficit. Something, like I said, they've rarely done this season.
Yeah, it's a great point. This is a bit of a gut check, as it were, to see, but they're going to go ahead and run it back exactly how they finished. We saw a couple nice moves there from Cunningham to wrap that one up. Good couple passes, seeing if he can maybe kind of revitalize it. And Alou was playing great ball. He was getting targeted, to be honest, a little bit in the serve receive. While I think he was battling with it well, there's just so much heat coming your way that maybe give Cunningham that chance. He turned 30 yesterday, and now maybe entering a new decade, he's just a little bit wiser.
And that might be why a good pal Jake Milnazic has been entered on the court. A very solid serve receive passer back there in the 0-2 position.
And by the way, you mentioned New Jersey's not used to having a bounce back from 2 sets to 1 down. One time this year that happened, May 28th in a 3-2 win against the Texas Tyrants. They trailed 2 sets to 1. They battled to win the 4th set 27-25 and then ran away with game 5. Well, the Tyrants only had 1 loss coming into play today. New Jersey has never tasted defeat this season. And we'll see if that battle-tested Freedom squad is able to counter here in game 4. They did, however, you didn't see, just reverse that Corey Chavers call.
Yeah, there was a block touch off of Norman's hands there that either it was going to get challenged by the Stunners or overturned by the refs. The crew had a quick conversation between them, overturned that, made the right call. You could tell no one on Freedom had a word to say.
And Joe Norman quickly gets an answer. That is kill number 12 for him. And an ace for Tim Ferreter.
And Ira, worth noting in that Freedom win over the Tyrants, they had Ian Cap with them that day, and Cap's one of those, just he's a gamer, he's a natural born winner, he's a fighter, and they'll need someone to kind of fill that fight void with them to come back from this one.
We definitely have a void, and we'll see if New Jersey's got that willpower here. Oh, Kenny was a little late to recognize the role as he's looking through the trees of Seifert and Norman.
He knew exactly where to be. He made the right defensive posture there, but then he couldn't see the ball. Kind of just comes over the top, and you're playing a quick game of catch there, trying to keep it off the ground.
Here is Nick West. Big numbers for 2 players for the Stunners through the first 3 sets. 13 kills for Santiago, 12 for Chambers, and Shane Beamer takes New Jersey to rejection city. Three-2 lead for the defending champs.
That's going to be terminal block number 6 for the Stunners. Freedom statting 7 as it is currently standing.
And remember, Stunners had no blocks through the first set.
But Seifert gets that one back right away, taking it back to Beamer.
So Seifert, again, didn't play yesterday until very, very late in the 4th set when they needed him in that 5-setter against Dallas. 3-3, New Jersey trying to get to a 5th set for what would be the 4th time this season. They leave it for Hilling, that's stuffed back. little bit tight, and a useful spot. Nacho.
Wow, what a play. Sees the double block in front of him, reading that close ball tight on the net. Quick one-handed back dump there. Very disciplined play from the setter for the Stunners.
They go back to Thomas Burrell. Quick action when you have a good pass. New Jersey can run their middles, and they do it to perfection.
Credit to Kenny there. Beamer didn't even get off the ground. He didn't think there was any way Kenny was going to be able to feed that one into Burrell's hitting window. He was trying to read which pin he was going after. And aggressive setting rewarded there.
Joe Norman, good serve. Nacho's going to leave it here for a Hilling, and he slugs it through. Here is Matt Hilling, a 1-point lead. His father Hogan is in the building watching along. Farrader, oh, Chambers, I don't know how he scooped that up, but Beamer just couldn't get it out of the net. One of the hardest balls in volleyball to try to read is that one that drags down off of the net.
Yeah, it did not come out of the net at all, so he's trying to kind of reach into that negative space below the net and bring it back. Not able to do so.
So here is Nasnik to serve for the first time today. You got to get up against Shane Beamer. That's a tough assignment for Burrell, but the OC Stunners is so resilient running their middle game.
Brilliant pass by Shigekawa, who right now on 20 attempts, passing right around a 75% clip. Best passer in the match currently. Absolutely on fire. Worth noting the Stunners have now passed the Team Freedom with a 63% positive reception to Freedom's 61%. If you're at a 70%, you are in a beautiful situation to side out efficiently.
Farrader's going to send this one too deep, having to run that one down. And the Stunners continue to lead.
The middles right now from the Stunners are just putting so much pressure on from the service line. Seeing long serving runs each.
And Farrader read that one well, quickly got it out of the way. Sails long side out New Jersey. Many of the Las Vegas Ramblers sitting here watching this one, seeing who they'll play in tomorrow's final. No matter who it is, it'll be a team they have not played this year. Reach out and stuff someone. Triple block by Chavers, West, and Santiago.
I mean, that's as big of a monster block as you're ever gonna see.
And here is Jair. His wife Natasha is the head coach of the Inland Empire Matadors. They are expecting their first child in less than a month.
With that miss, he's got now 2 errors statted, 2 aces on 14 attempts. Very good serving performance for the big man today.
Yeah, he's cleaned that up for sure. Here's Ryan Kenny to serve. Nick West, good pass. Good run, Nick. And to me, that's going to be very interesting if this happens tomorrow, because you have a matchup of, we were discussing this last night, who are the top 2 middles in the league this season.
Yeah.
And I think we were in concurrent that it was Nick West and Matt Knigge.
Yeah. Really quick note, white jersey on the OC Stunners, that Freedom's got to stop serving at him. Shigekawa has the most receptions of any player on the side of the Stunners. He's got the best reception rate in the gym. And right now, he's really getting the middles involved on the back of his reception attempts.
Shigekawa, 5'6" out of Moore Park, California. And he is playing like a big man today. And Jair Santiago is a big man. And that was a big blast. And the Stunners get to 10. 10-8 for Nick West. Stunners. Nazik swinging away. Hilling pushes it down the line. New Jersey just hasn't been able to find an answer since the first set. They can't continue to trade points with this Stunner squad, or their championship aspirations are over. Cunningham, that's going to sail off the court, run down by Joe Norman. Cunningham's going to send it over. They look for Hilling, and that is long, but a touch is called. And that becomes a kill for Hilling. And New Jersey, down 4, has seen enough. Carlo Edra and company call timeout. So will we. Back for more in a moment. The OC Stunners have a 12-8 lead. New Jersey, well, they don't have an Ian Cap. And it's shown today because they just haven't had that second weapon alongside Tim Ferreter. On the outside, of course, Joe Norman on the right. And probably more so than anything, not having Matt Elias is now starting to hurt New Jersey, more than the fact that the Stunners do not have Randy Ramirez.
Just a little bit of that uncharacteristic first set jitters, and ever since that second set started, it feels like the Stunners had their wake-up call, got, you know, a little bit jarred, and knew they were gonna have to change some stuff, and full team effort between the middles, getting the energy going. Coach Matt Prosser getting, you know, the Josh Nels quick reset in there. A lot of like little small adjustments. Even Matt Hilling and acknowledging, guys, keep the ball in. Let's get a chance to play the game.
Matt Seifert trying to see if he can get himself and his squad a rally here. That's not going to help the cause.
And while we've noticed how Corey Chavers and Jair Santiago have steadied out and started contributing offensively, I think it's worth noting, and we talked a little bit about it, but Shigikawa has been the absolute rock and anchor for this team in serve-receive, giving them ample opportunities to run whatever offense they want.
He's been one of the most underrated defensive players in the league this year. Had tough shoes to fill, taking the spot of Josh Eisenberg. Covered well here by Nacho. Santiago swinging away, Fader with some hands. Little bit tight, but played by Molnazik. And then Corey Chavers forces a blocking error. And the lead is 15-9. And New Jersey has not tasted defeat this year. It's starting to look like that may happen today in the semifinals. Timeout number 2 for Carlo Edra's squad. Back for more in a moment. Back here courtside, where the OC Stunners have forced New Jersey to use their second and final timeout. And Matt Prosser takes a look over at the broadcast booth with a little wry smile on his face. He knows his team is sitting pretty right now, but they have a lot of work still to do. Need another 10 points to punch their ticket to the title match. Alou is back in there for Cunningham at libero for New Jersey. Hilling left that one short. New Jersey's got to chip away. One at a time, this one. Left short, so Joe Norman, can he apply some pressure? He's not had an ace yet today. Good pass by Shigakawa on Santiago, hitting out of the outside. Adds another. Here is Matt Hilling. Good pass by Alou. They go to Burrell, and Burrell comes through.
Burrell so far 6 kills on 10 attempts. He was blocked 1 time by West, otherwise no hitting errors, hitting right around a 60% clip and contributing 3 terminal blocks.
That one will sail to court, but Santiago, well, he tries to run it down. It comes over. And Tim Ferreter is called for a net violation. That is a critical error for New Jersey. Critical error on a ball that was likely going to be into the net anyway. That's a bit of a timing play, Nick, so it's obviously easy for us to sit here and say that, but cannot make that blunder now.
So the way you really need to play that is you don't chase the ball, you defend net space. You line up on it, you just make a blocking move like that ball's coming over as an attacker, because no one's tracking that ball. It was a bad second touch, and no one's going to cover that ball, but...
Kenny with the dump on 2. Little tight again, and this time cleaned up by Burrell and Ferreter.
Ferreter gets his chance to get that one back there as that ball comes back over.
But is it too little too late? Still a 5-point deficit and running out of time. It's 17-12. They do a server check. Tom Burrell with a big smile. This team doesn't have a lot, however, to smile about right now. And that is just too much power generated by Jair.
Well, Santiago really doing what you expect from a true big man oppo. A couple hitting errors, but that's okay as long as he's going to carry the offensive load, and he's doing it very well here.
Here is Santiago. An efficient effort behind that line. And Alou couldn't run it down. An ace for Jair Santiago and the OC Stunners. What a spot for Jair. Going completely across court and dumping it on the near sideline. Wild stuff.
A masterful off-speed cut shot.
Tries for the same spot this time wide. And Ryan Kenny, see if he can get his team going late. Otherwise, the Stunners are going to reach 20 points. Corey Chavers, just elevation.
Right now,
hit it right over 2 6'10" men is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, he is one of the highest hitters consistently. He uses his size, he swings appropriately. And what I mean by that is, yeah, it's fun to try and swing down, but Chavers is always using all the court, and that really makes sure that he gets blocked very little.
Ferreter swinging away. And that caught Santiago by surprise, so Tim Ferreter collects the kill. To 14, OC still with a very healthy lead.
Freedom's going to have to outscore almost more than 2 points to 1 to bring this one back.
That's going to go over. No! Alou into the net, and New Jersey just can't get a break right now.
I don't know, looking at the bench, I mean, they've got a lot of middles over there, but they don't really have many other options. other than Daniel Venegas.
21-14. Nick West with the ace. And the OC Stunners right now are putting on a service clinic, their 7th ace of this match. (22-14). The Stunners 3 points away from a chance to defend their title. Kenny sets Norman. What a play by Chambers, giving up everything. And Jair Santiago swings away. Norman again. Chambers is there defensively. And Santiago splits the uprights. And the Stunners are running away with this one.
This is the Stunners we've been expecting to see all season long. They're firing on all cylinders, and right now, well, I would say the game is all but over. So if you want to see a team that's going to battle with the Ramblers tomorrow, this is what it's going to take.
That is a service error by Nick West. Backline violation. But they're not worried about 1 point. They know they have a lot of margin for error here. And New Jersey, since a dominant game 1 performance, just hasn't been in this match since probably late in game number 2 when the switch flipped for this Stunner squad. Killing with the killing. And this is match point for the OC Stunners.
We're about to have another 25-14 potential score.
On match point, Joe Norman. I mean, she is 1 off, so this will be match point number 2. So 24-16. Joe Norman trying to save the championship hopes for New Jersey, which look dim. And that is long, and the OC Stunners 25-16 run away with game 4, and they will play for a repeat championship tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, as they will take on the Las Vegas Ramblers for the 2nd year in a row in the NVA Championship match. New Jersey, for the first time all year, after a 10-0 regular season and a 5-set win over the Dallas Tornadoes yesterday, taste defeat as they fall to 11-1 on the year, and they will meet the Texas Tyrants tomorrow in the NVA 3rd place match. New Jersey didn't have all its weapons this weekend, neither did OC, and the Stunners were the ones that were able to find the answers more than New Jersey today. And they will look for a repeat tomorrow in a final that many predicted when this year began.
It's interesting, too. You talk about the missing pieces. Both of these squads actually missing the exact same thing, a starting outside and the starting setter that's been with them all season. So the parity is very apparent there. So, you know, it's something to keep track of. But at the end of the day, just like every other sport, you're not always going to have your personnel, whether it be, you know, injuries or any other unforeseen circumstances. There's no opportunity to make any excuses, and Freedom never has. They've always said we're next man up. So this is one that the guys here that they've brought, they've got to find a way to win it. And they didn't here today, but that's not the end of their season. They still are competing tomorrow for a 3rd place against the Texas Tyrants, and that is a match I am still very excited to see.
The 4 teams that made the semifinals this year, we all agreed, no matter what the final was, were going to be entertaining. These were the 4 teams that deserved to be in this picture. The first time this year that New Jersey and Texas played, the match went to 5, and it was extremely entertaining. So we expect that bronze match tomorrow to be something to behold for sure. But certainly, the OC Stunners showing why that they have been able to shake off any kind of rust that they might have. Doesn't matter if they're missing pieces. They find answers. A lot of the reason for that today was the play of their libero, Dylan Shigakawa. Maybe doesn't get the credit he deserves. We're giving him that credit today. He stands by with Noah Chast as our man of the match.
You said it, Ira, here with Dylan Shigikawa, our man of the match. And Dylan, when these two teams matched up in Week 5, it was a serve and pass battle, and that was sort of the reason for your loss. Today, you were passing at a 70% clip. What felt good?
Oh, I mean, huge respect to the LeBell. I mean, they get a lot of work done. And so I just knew that I had to come in here and I had to play. And I know that I was coming to fill some big shoes. Everyone keeps telling me that. And so I know that. And I'm just trying to actually just put in the work every day at practice. I know our team, we have a repeat, and I'm just kind of coming here to fill a role and just do what I can. So I just know that I have to just turn it on. And so I'm finally finding that team chemistry with our team and just turning it on. And that's all I want to do. So when we go into that championship match, you're just going to see all out.
Speaking of turning it on, you guys kind of got whooped that first set, but then you turned it on and turned everything around the next 3. What changed?
Honestly, just effort. Our team, first set, our team always goes through its ups and downs. Everyone kind of knows we're kind of head cases. And one thing that I like to say is, I'm pretty calm, and so I just know that I have to kind of speak out now. And so now that I have sort of that rapport of our team, just keep throwing that positive attitude, just throughout everyone. And I know that we all have it. And so once we see that fire, that spark, it's magic. It's perfect. So.
And your Stunners heading back to the finals again. First year for you. I mean, how excited are you now going into this finals matchup against a very, very tough Ramblers team?
Super excited. We've scrimmaged the Ramblers. I know a lot of those guys. I'm excited. I think it's going to be super fun. We're just going to both give it all we can. And that's all I want to see is just good, solid volleyball from both sides. I know it's going to be fun. I know that we're going to turn it on. I know they're going to turn it on. That's all we want to see. I know that's what everyone wants to see. But for us and me personally, that can only ask for that. So,
Dylan Shigikawa bringing the positive vibes to his team and some dimes as well. Our man of the match in the semifinals, sending the Stunners back to the finals again for a chance at a repeat.
I never realized, by the way, how tall Noah Chast is.
Gotta do him like that, do you?
That's a great interview there between Noah and Dylan. And to steal the words of Dylan Shigikawa, if you're the OC Stunners, keep calm and carry on to the NVA Championship tomorrow. We look at the numbers from this one, and what pops off the page for me is Team Freedom's hitting percentage. Well, it was like the stock market. It started high, and it went down. 61% in the first set, down to 46% in game 2, and no, they hit 33% in that fourth set. Like my 403B right now, that's pretty worthless.
It was definitely a great effort from both of those squads. And like we said earlier, there's got to be another chance to see Texas Tyrants and New Jersey Freedom. Quick turnaround, 11 a.m. match tomorrow. But now we've got the rematch that I know the Ramblers have waited a year to see. They haven't played the Stunners on the court this season, just behind closed doors. But now the fans and everyone gets to see 2021 all over again.
And they certainly have had this circled for a while. Speaking of circling, look at these two numbers, by the way, and we'll cap this stat for the evening. That first set that the Stunners lost, they hit 27%. That's abysmal as a team.
Yep.
In the fourth set, 70%. If they can play like that tomorrow, even with some missing pieces,
we got a match.
I don't know if they can beat the Ramblers, but they're certainly going to push Las Vegas to the brink. And you will not want to miss this one tomorrow. Final thoughts on this one. New Jersey, great season. They probably overachieved, but quite frankly, and maybe an OC Stunner squad did, just too experienced in this moment.
Yeah. You said it all. I don't have anything else. I think that tomorrow we're going to see it all left on the court. The Rambler part of me is just excited to see our guys get that chance again. But this is the same respect I've wanted to see for the Stunners all season long.
Well, for the OC Stunners, this is some redemption for sure. Meanwhile, for the New Jersey Freedom, disappointment for sure. However, they still have a third-place chance tomorrow to show that this season has prepared them to play on the big time all season long. Again, just a reminder tomorrow that our matches start at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, as the third-place match will feature the 10-2 Texas Tyrants as they take on this New Jersey Freedom squad, 11-1 on the year. And then in a rematch of the championship of last year, this is going to be the championship of this year, as Nick and I bring you 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern. It is the 11-1 Las Vegas Ramblers taking on the OC Stunners, 9-3. They have not played this year. They will tomorrow with the NVA Cup on the line. So for Matt Prosser, the head coach of the Stunners, and my partner Nick England and Noah Chast on the sideline, I'm Ira Thor saying so long for the Pure Sports Center here in San Bernardino, California, where our final score today in 4 sets, it was the OC Stunners rallying to take down for the first time this year the New Jersey Freedom, 15-25, 25-23, 25-14, and 25-16. Reminder that all games airing on ESPN's networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of the National Volleyball Association and ESPN. Good night from the Inland Empire in California.